This is just a video to point out, this is from an ecoflow river. The battery had been discharged too low and the BMS had shut off, and there was no way to charge the battery up again to a safe level for the BMS to turn back on. I don't have a normal power supply, but what I do have is a little 10-watt solar panel. I have some other power supplies, but for this, I wanted a very minimal watts to charge this. This pack is nominally a 24-volt lithium iron phosphate cells. So 20 cells, if I'm not mistaken. And here's the main negative, here's the main positive, and this here is the halfway point through the pack. So you put positive here and negative here. You can pump 10 watts in here at about 12 volts to bring this half of the pack up, and then likewise on this side. I did that for a while. The cells were at like 2.3 volts. Now they're up to 3.1 plus volts. And at that point, you hit this little reset button. You might also have to hit this switch on and off. And then the BMS turns back on. Prior to that, this was the power out and power in. And this was at reading no volts. Now it reads 24 volts, maybe 25 now. I've only got one hand as usual, so I can't really test things properly, but let's see. There we go, 25 volts. So this pack now is back. It seemed like this group of cells here might have been a little bit lower than the other groups. So it's possible there's an unhappy cell in there, but more likely than not, this was just discharged below the safe point. Probably 2.9 volts is maybe where this BMS cuts out per cell, and they were done at 2.3. So once you get below, once you're at the bottom or the top of a cell's charge natural voltage range, they'll get out of balance. But I think they're probably, we'll find out if they're balanced enough to not cause an error. The way they've assembled this pack, it's pretty hard to get in here. I removed the black tape from here, and I wanted to split the pack in half to get access to these bus bars in here, this bus tape in here, nickel strip, but I couldn't because of the way some of these leads are soldered on. I would have liked them to use bolt connections as opposed to these soldered connections, but not built for repairability. But these are, being lithium iron phosphates, I feel okay in terms of the safety of screwing with this pack. If it dies again and it goes below the BMS's operational limits, then whatever. If it was an older lithium pack, I would have probably not tried to repair it. But this one, worst case scenario, it starts to smolder. I don't think it's going to explode like a bomb. Here's this half of the pack, showing 12.51. That's good. And here is the other half of the pack, showing 12.53. Can't get much more balance than that with the tools that I've got.